Quite the response I was hoping for, Hawkins. I'll give you one for that. Insulate, razzmatazz.
Pardon?
Insulate.
Oh, I got in at... I'm sorry, sir, I'm sorry. I got in at 11 o'clock last night, and my mom says I shouldn't get insulate. My girlfriend.
Hawkins. Hawkins, jargon, please. Jargon.
This morning, I couldn't find the marmalade, so I said to Miss Luke, I said, where's the jargon?
That's absolutely rubbish.
This is a pathetic display. Razzmatazz, debate.
Debate is what the fisherman used to catch the fish. This is this stuff. Sorry,
Quiet,
sir.
Razzmatazz. Keep your hands down unless you want to go to the lavatory. What would you say... What would you say it means if I said my grandmother died intestate? Hawkins, you!
I don't know. My grandmother died in Tesco's. Is that the same thing?
You've got absolutely nothing at all
Getting
for
worse.
English. Let's try art. Now, Razzmatazz, if you remember, I did ask you to paint a picture of a lorry.
Yes,
Let's have a look at that.
I did that.
That's not a lorry, Razzmatazz.
Yes, it is, Larry Cunningham. It's really great. The ball control is really good. The wizard of the dribble.
Razzmatazz, sit down!
It's only a sketch.
Never mind. Sit down. This is supposed to be a classroom.
Sorry.
Now, let's try some group names. Now, a group of cows is called a herd. Correct? Correct.
Yeah.
What's a group of crocodiles called?
Very dangerous.
No. What's a group of adult snakes called?
A load of old cobras. That's for me, Mum.
Now, Razzmatazz, concentrate. Let's try some maths. You've done appallingly badly so far at English and at art.
Sorry, sir.
Now, if you had 6 apples, and Hawkins and I ate one each, what would be the result?
I beat your brains in. Nobody messes with my apples. Not even you. Not even you. Just
Sit down.
With the wood hat.
Sit down.
Come on, shape up.
Sit
I'm
down,
gonna
you
really have a go at you.
simpleton. Hawkins, you're next to an idiot.
How do you do, sir?
Don't push me, lad. Don't push me too far, lad. Or it'll be the thumb screws for you, not necessarily applied to your thumbs. Now sit down. Nature study.
Nature study, sir.
Right.
Yes.
Razzmatazz, I asked you to find me 4 types of flour.
Yes, I've got
What
that.
have you come up with? I hardly can wait.
I've got this, it's really great. There's some self-raising, some plain, some McDougal, some wheat germ. It's really great.
Razzmatazz, see me, will you? See me.
Ah, I'm turning white. There go all the jokes.
See me after school, Razzmatazz. Hawkins. Yes. For heaven's sake, boy, try and do something. I asked you to find... Don't cough while I'm talking to you. I asked you to find 6 shells on the beach.
I've got 6
You
shells.
got them? You brought them?
Yes, there you are, sir. 6
Not
shells.
those sort of shells, Hawkins! Everybody down!
Rubbish. Absolute rubbish. Should be ashamed of yourself. Call yourself professional. This is getting out of my life.
We're now very pleased to bring you a preview of a new series, Rock Stage, which starts on Monday. And here's our old friends Motorhead with Overkill.
All you ladies feel the noise, but it's good and loud. So good I can't believe it, slipping into the crowd. Don't sweat it, get it back to you. Don't sweat it, get it back to you. Overkill, overkill, overkill. Shut up! On your feet, you feel the beat. Take to your spine. Shake your head, you must be dead. And they don't make you fly. Don't sweat it. Get it back to you. Don't sweat it. Get it back to you. Look out! Overkill! 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 Back to life! sweat it, get it back to you. Don't sweat it, get it back to you. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, that's your life.
Called Rock Stage, which will be transmitted next Monday. It'll be transmitted with simultaneous stereo sound on radio, so that's something to look forward to. I must say, get well message to Morgan Williams. You just made that, Chris.
No problem.
Get well to Morgan Williams, who's at the moment in the children's ward of Warwick Hospital, and it's his 14th birthday today. So get well to Morgan and have a happy day, won't you? Okay.
It's also about 4 stone with this programme this morning.
It's like a sauna bath in here today.
We've been looking at this very silly book this week. There's been a number of inventors over the course of history that have completely changed the face of the world, the telephone, the motor car, the aeroplane. But there have also been literally thousands of other inventions that have left the waiting world distinctly unimpressed. I've been reading this book this week. It shows all these inventions that were officially patented and then literally never sold to anybody at all. And when you hear about one or two of them, you'll probably understand why. Things like the electrifying dental chair, patented November 1886, US Patent Office number 5312643. The basic idea was simple enough. The patient was lying back in the dentist chair with his mouth open, waiting to have his upper molars drilled or even taken out, extracted. And as he did so, he was asked to grasp the armrests firmly. While he did so, an enormous electric shock went straight through his body. Now, this was supposed to serve 2 main purposes. Firstly, it did provide a sort of anaesthetic. It literally knocked him out. And secondly, it took his mind off what the dentist was actually doing to the nerves inside his mouth. Understandably, the world's dental profession didn't exactly rush to snap this particular idea up.
What a surprise. Then there was the camouflage decoy cow, US Patent Office number 586145. And this very simple invention allowed 2 hunters to be hidden inside a movable hollow cow. And hinges at the neck and side panels allowed hunters to fire their guns through the openings at wild animals, deer, bears, tigers, etc. But there are 2 major obvious drawbacks. One is that the average deer, bear or lion isn't that used to having a domestic cow suddenly turn up in his own private bit of jungle. And the second thing is, a lot of wild animals, tigers, lions, etc. are very fond of cows to eat.
Yummy, yummy. Not so very long ago, when men were certainly more gentlemanly than they are these days, it was standard practice and basic good manners to raise your hat. And of course, people wore hats a lot more in those days. Men nearly always wore hats. Whenever you met a lady. Now, it was also probably a sign that the age of chivalry was coming to an end when somebody invented the self-lifting hat. Basically, you kept your hand in your pockets and pulled a little switch, and the hat tilted itself towards any lady coming towards you. That never sold many either.
And then there was a rifle that fired round corners. The trouble with that was that you couldn't see what on earth you were firing at. And there was the coyote scarecrow. In certain parts of Western America, coyotes are a real danger to grazing sheep. And this was a very simple scarecrow that was programmed to fire off a string of blank cartridges, making a very loud explosion every 15 minutes right through the night. And this certainly did keep the coyotes at bay.
The trouble was, apparently, that in the morning, the sheep and, in fact, the shepherd also were absolutely exhausted because they didn't get any sleep at all the whole night. If you tried eating spaghetti in Italian restaurants, or like Joe Dolce did the other way, or even in your own home, you know how very difficult it is trying to twirl it round your fork and get it into your mouth, and not all down the front of your shirt or in your hair. Well, one gentleman came up with what seemed like the very good idea of a revolving fork. All you do is put it in the middle of a pile of spaghetti and let the fork twirl round and round and round until it fills itself up. The trouble apparently was that when you were eating it and you got it wrong, it pulled all your front teeth out.
Then there were the horse water wings that were patented in 1857 with cavalrymen in mind, particularly for river crossings. The idea was that when the cavalryman and his horse arrived at a river, which was basically deeper than the rider or the animal, with half the Sioux Nation behind them, all he had to do was pull a cord underneath his saddle, and this huge pair of water wings would immediately inflate and allow both the rider and the horse to float happily across the stream.
Never really found out why that one didn't catch on, actually. Perhaps it just looked daft. But for some reason, chickens have been a source of inspiration to some of our greatest inventors.
Yes, in August 1906, one gentleman invented the chicken jogger feeder, designed to keep chickens in good physical condition by forcing them to exercise while they ate. In order to get grain out of the feed box, the chickens had to keep running on a circular platform which revolved under the weight of the bird.
Well, my favourite's called chicken goggles. It's a very simple idea. It's basically putting a pair of goggles on each of the hens in a farmyard to stop them pecking each other's eyes out. I don't believe some of these. I say they are all supposed to be true. I haven't even got time to mention the breath-activated foot warmer or the edible vegetable hat. But can I just close by mentioning the ventriloquist dummy that was fitted up with a two-way telephone so that a second hidden person could hear through the dummy's ears and reply to the ventriloquist through its mouth.
Somebody help me out, me out. Somebody help me out. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Keep moving on. Keep moving on. Please help me out. Give me a chance. I'll show you that I'm still around. I'm feeling down. Please give me a chance. I need you to help me find my mind. Don't put me down. If you have the time, allow me to show that I can try. I'm feeling down. It hurts deep inside to know that you think of me as a waste of time.
Hello there, CT. Give me 5. I'll give you 5 back. I think you're really great.
Never mind all that waffle. You were late. What happened?
I'm terribly sorry. I've just been outside fighting with one of the bouncers. We were going at it hammer and tongs.
Oh, really? Who won?
I did, because I had the hammer.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Somebody help me out, me out. Somebody help me out.
So, we had chicken for dinner last night. Everyone was tickled pink.
Oh, why's that?
My mum forgot to take the feathers off it.
I'm so morally upright that I won't even sleep in the same bed as my husband.
Yeah, why not?
Because he's a married man.
Hello there, Chuck Rocks, my good friend. Give me 5. I think you're really great. Listen, I went to a pub last night, you know, and this idiot knocked my drink over. I said, come on, outside and fight like a man.
Oh, blimey, Angela, what happened?
Well, she came outside and she beat the living daylights out of me.
Don't put me down. If you have the time, allow me to show that I can try. I'm feeling down. It hurts deep inside to know that you think of me as a waste of time. As a waste of time.
What did that great painter Vincent van Gogh say just after he'd cut off his own left ear?
I beg your pardon?
Correct!
What has a hazelnut in every bite? And thick milk chocolate for your delight. Nougat and caramel, golden light. And don't forget the hazelnut in every bite. And again, what has a hazelnut in every bite? Thick milk chocolate for your delight. Nougat and caramel, golden light. And don't forget the hazelnut in every bite. A hazelnut in every bite.
Henry Jr. says it's the quilts that make quilted fiesta thicker and extra absorbent.
Quilted fiesta. It's more absorbent because it's quilted. It's the Connect 4 competition. Who'll be the first to connect a line of 4? Dave's trying for a horizontal line, but Sue's spotted it. She's blocked him, and she's going for the vertical. Dave's too quick, and he's seen it. He's going for the diagonal line.
I've got it! Where? Here. Go on the line.
Connect 4 from MB Games. When you choose one of the new generation of electric cookers, you can be sure it cooks as good as it looks. Cooking becomes a real joy. Easier, more controllable, and so clean for you, clean for your home and family. With more features for your money, like ceramic hobs, full-width grills, stay-clean linings, energy-saving double ovens and dual circuit rings. Each of the new range of electric cookers cooks as good as it looks, and that means clean.
That's Ronald McDonald, and he's out to take a stroll, but football is his favorite game. So he ends up scoring goals, and when the game is over and the whistle blows the end, it's off to their McDonald's for Ronald and his friends to bite into hamburgers or munch their favorite fries. Enjoy the thick shakes they make. Enjoy their apple pies. So when you're feeling hungry, join Ronald and his friends, 'cause there's a difference at McDonald's you'll enjoy.
Saturday's Tiswas, never a day to miss, 'cause Saturday's Tiswas day.
Well, darling, are you enjoying the programme so far?
Yes, dearest. One is enjoying it, but one would so much rather be watching that marvelous Tiswas program, the independent channel.
But doesn't that have all those buckets of water in it and all those yucky pies?
Well, yes, but Auntie Margaret loved them. Basically, this is what one wants.
If you're going to settle down, Charles, you're going to have to stop watching all this goonery.
Well, basically, dearest, when one is king, one can watch what one wants, and one repeats, this is what one wants.
Well, they are.
Official.
We'll probably be beheaded for that. Still,
Definitely.
right?
Congratulations to Sue Chapman and Steve Rowley, who are getting married at Buttdean in Huntington today at 12:30. But now we'll move on with the results of last week's under-8s competition.
This desk is like a jumble.
I know,
Sal.
I can't find anything.
Don't worry, Sal.
It was W for water last week. We showed you 5 different types of water and asked you to tell us what they were. Let's have a look at that piece of film again, and this time round we'll tell you the answers, and then we'll meet the winners.
Whoopee!
There we are, the first one there is a fountain. A fountain. And you're listening to the current single by the Four Bucketeers.
Number 2 there. Number 2 is the sea. Pretty simple. That number 2 is the sea. Just waving at the beach. Oh, there's children walking in. Strange thing to do. Number 3.
There we are, a very, very crowded swimming pool. Standing room only.
Little babies. Wow.
Oh, all learning to swim.
Number 4 is a waterfall. Thank you, Lenny. Number 4 is a waterfall. It's rather nice. I think that's taken up in the Peak District.
And here we go with the last one, the 5th type of water for last week's under-8s. And there you can see is a canal. So the 3 runners-up will each win Tiswas T-shirts. First of all, we have Joanna Harper of 62 Dell Road, East Lowestoft in Suffolk, who's 7. Well done, Joanna.
Nicola Cox, age 7, from Cornwall Avenue, Slough. Morning, darling. Well done. And also, I've got a third one.
Okay.
I've also Wollaston, Stourbridge, Candice Allport. That is Candice Allport from 11 I think that's tired clothes. It's a strange way of spelling it. I think it's tired clothes from Wollaston. Well done, darling. The usual bits and pieces, the dog, T-shirts, all sorts of goodies, package of LPs in the post to you. But the first actual winner, somewhere behind the rabbit and under the cup of thing and past my braces, should look like this. Yeah. Well, Mr. Fedhub, what's your name?
Robbie Edwards,
Where are you from, Robbie Edwards?
14 Perry Avenue.
Whereabouts is that?
I don't know.
You don't know? Well, how are you going to get home?
My mum's here.
Oh, your mum's here. You're not that fussed.
Mum?
You don't seem that fussed whether you know where you live or not. Whereabouts do you go to school?
St John the Baptist.
St John the Baptist. What's that like?
It's a good school.
Is it? It's all right. What do you like about it? Why is it good?
I don't know, really.
Do you enjoy it?
Yes.
What things do you enjoy most?
Number.
Number?
Yes.
Sums?
Yes.
Mathematics and things like that. What about English and things like that?
I don't quite find.
You're not so good at them. What about sport? Do you do football and things like that?
Yes.
Do you? And are you good at that? Do you enjoy that? Do
Yes.
you support a football team?
Yes.
Which one?
Liverpool.
Liverpool. Is that because? I was sure you said that. Does that mean that you live near Liverpool?
No.
Oh, I thought that might help this confusion. Not to worry.
You live in Birmingham, Chris.
Does it? Just at the
Absolutely
rain.
would.
It's easy. Tell you what, actually, they've all been doing this morning. All these things that we throw, and John Gorman throws whenever we say, whenever we say that, they've all been eating. You've been munching one of these, haven't you? Yes, it was one of them down there. I could hear this sort of crunching noise. I don't know. Yeah, okay, anybody quickly like solo to? Probably on all that one up there, I should think.
Get the novel out.
Here it comes. How long is it? Is it a very long list? No, it's a short one. Are you enjoying it? Yeah. Oh, you just look cheesed off, that's all.
Nanny and Fred, all my friends at St John the Baptist. My teacher, Mrs Foster, my teacher, all my cousins, Lynn, Ian,
Ian, that isn't it, and David.
David, Paul and Rita.
What about Mum and Dad? Not fussed about them, because they're here anyway, aren't they?
Poor old Mum and Dad.
Okay, fine. So what about that, Mum and Dad?
Right, let's see how I get along. The second winner. There he is. Looks like this. Hello. What's your name, darling? Paula who? Paula Perry. And where do you live, darling? Where's that? Where's that near? What big town do you live near? I've got it written down here that you live in Andover. Do you agree with that? How old are you, darling?
4.
4, are you? So you don't go to school yet, I suppose, do you? Oh, you do? What, do you go to proper infant school or play school?
Infants.
Oh, you're very young to go to school. People don't normally go till they're 5, do they? Why have you gone so early? Is it because you're nearly 5? When you...
5 on my birthday.
Yes, I know you're 5 on your birthday. What month is your birthday? Do you know? You don't know when it is, but it'll be quite soon, I suppose. Have you got a list of all the people you want to say hello to? Have you learnt to read yet? You haven't? Then I'll read the list for you, shall I? Oh, it's quite a long one. To Alison and...
There's some on the back.
OK, don't worry, I'll get through them all. Alison and Caroline, Mummy and Daddy, Nanny, Grandma and Grandad, all my aunties and uncles, all my cousins, Katie Watts, all my friends at... Is that Hawkesbury School? Hawkesbury School, my teacher, Mrs Townsend, Glenn, Peter, the Muirs and the Webbers, the lady in the bank. Who's the lady in the bank? Is she a friend of yours? I see, Mary, Caroline and Sue, Jennifer and Susan. Don't worry, I'll turn over. Mrs Watmore and Derek and Joyce. Is that everything? OK, quite happy. Do you want to give Charlie a little kiss? All the girls like Charlie, don't they? There you are, you take that back. There you are. Right, let's see how we
So it's
go.
repaired now. Got to get
Oh,
this one.
good. Oh,
Right, the third one looks... Hang on, don't come up yet. The third one looks like this. She's been beaming at me from under the desk for about an hour.
very
What's your
happy.
name?
Julie.
Julie who?
Thornborough.
Thornborough. Where are you from, Julie Thornborough? You said desperately looking... Oh, it's a Welsh one.
A Welsh lady.
You're going to tell us where you come from? Tell us your full address.
Wait.
Hello.
26 and Lane, Macon, Gwent.
Macon. What about that bit?
Gwent. Yes,
What about that bit there, which I didn't even
Gwent.
try and read? What does that say? Can you read that?
No.
No, not
Fine,
the
well,
way.
nor can
Something
we.
totally
Okay.
unpronounceable.
What's your school like?
Nice.
Is it nice? Are you on half term or have you just gone back?
We're on half term. We go back on Monday.
Are you looking forward to it? Did you
Nice.
get fed up on holidays or not?
No.
You don't, but you're looking forward to going back anyway. Actually, you'll break up for Easter soon. You're in about 3 weeks after this half term. Who would you like to say hello to, darling?
Let's have a look at
Mummy, Daddy, Lisa, Nan and Grandad Hawkins, Nanny Thornber, Michelle and Andrew, Christopher and Joanne, Lindsay, Kerry and Claire, Helen and Nikki, all my aunties and uncles, Katie, Rebecca, Kirsty and Nicola, Samantha, Christy and Mark, David, Claire, all